Good morning, year one, and welcome to today's English lesson. So today we're going to be creating our own newspaper reports, so I hope that you will enjoy that. And let's start by writing the long date and the learning intention for today, which is coming up. Thursday the 14th of May 2020, and the learning intention is to be able to create a newspaper report. So you can pause the video and write that down now. Okay, so year one, what is a newspaper report? Have you heard of this before? Have you seen maybe your grown-up reading it? Let's find out. A newspaper report explains a real-life event. It will tell you what has happened, how it's happened, and it will usually show pictures too. Sometimes newspaper reports also include things that have been said by someone in an interview about what has happened, and these are called quotes. So here we have two examples of what newspaper reports look like. So here we have one about some astronauts that had returned to the Earth, and there's a big title there, picture, and some writing. And here we have one about someone that's won the lottery for the second time. And again, there's a picture, some writing, and there's a big title in capital letters. So let's see, what are the main features of a newspaper report? So there's usually a headline which is used to try to grab the reader's attention. A bit like how books have titles, newspaper reports have headlines. Sometimes newspaper reports have photos which will help to tell the story by giving the reader a snapshot of what has happened, where it's happened, and usually who it has happened to. Newspaper reports always include facts about what has happened. Do you know what a fact is? Okay, well done if you know. A fact is something that is true, okay? It's not made up. They are all true things, real things that have happened. And the last thing, so opening sentences tells the reader what has happened. So it's kind of like an introduction to the report. So, I'm sure you all know why we're not in school at the moment and why school is closed to most of the children, and that's because of something that we spoke about towards the end of school called coronavirus. Coronavirus is an illness that can be spread by coughing or by touching surfaces. Children who get it usually only get a little bit ill, like a regular cold. Most children don't get it at all, but coronavirus can be dangerous to people who already have serious diseases or to the elderly. We must do everything we can to protect them from getting it, and this is why schools have been closed. So that's what the government have said to all children in schools. What kinds of jobs are people doing that are helping us during this time? Can you think of any very important jobs that people are doing during this difficult time? Maybe you can tell your adult or you can write them down. Okay, let's have a look. So, doctors and nurses are working so hard in hospitals to treat all the people that are not very well. Delivery drivers are also working really hard to deliver lots of important things for all of us that are staying at home. Cleaners are also working hard to keep hospitals really clean. Supermarket workers are also working hard to keep all the important things that we need, like fresh fruit and vegetables, available to us so that we don't go hungry. And there are also carers that are working hard to take care of the elderly. There are lots of other very important jobs that people are doing in this time, and these are just a few of them. So even though this time is quite difficult for a lot of us, and it is quite sad to know that people are not very well, but there are also some very positive stories that have come out of this time. So let's have a look at some of them together. So let's have a look at this newspaper report. Teddy bear adventures to brighten up lockdown walks. A teddy bear in New Zealand is being dressed up and doing different activities every day to bring a smile to people during their lockdown walks. So, owners Ken and Shirley Wilson dress teddy bear Chester up and think of something fun for him to do, like trying to fix the family motorbike. Let's see, that's Chester the teddy bear trying to fix the family motorbike, and there he is having a picnic. So these two people have just done something fun for people when they're having a walk, just to cheer them up, which is quite nice. Let's see some more positive stories. So these two children from Vietnam have been gifting lots of medical masks to the United Kingdom using some money that they have saved up over the years, which is really, really kind of them. This little girl has raised lots of money for the NHS by running around her garden. Okay, so what we're going to be doing, year one, is we're going to be making our own newspaper reports about the coronavirus. Okay, so if you're in my phonics group or Mrs. Mehta's phonics group, I've put a template up that looks like this on the Grange website. You can download it and you can print it and you can make your newspaper report on here. Okay, so I've got this little box here which is for your headline, like a title. So you can choose what your headline will be. You need to include the date as well. And you're going to answer these questions in the boxes. So the first one, what is coronavirus? So you can give a few sentences about what you've learned about what it is. Okay. What types of jobs are people doing to help during this time? So if you were listening using your really good listening ears, you'll remember the kinds of jobs that people are doing in this difficult time to help other people. What are some positive stories? So you can either use the ones that I mentioned in this lesson, or you can even do your own research if you can at home and find some more positive stories. That'll be really nice to read. And the last box over here is for a drawing that you might want to do. It's up to you what you want to draw. And then once you've finished all of that and checked your work and made it really nice and neat, you can then colour in your drawing and you can maybe do some light shading for the background. Is completely up to you, but you can make it look presentable. If you're in Miss Morgan's phonics group, I've got this newspaper template, which is also on the Grange website. You'll need to put the date, you'll need to make your own headline for the news report, and you're going to fill in the missing gaps for these sentences using some of these words. Not all of them, because I've given you quite a few words to choose from, and there aren't that many gaps, so you can choose which words you want to use. Let's read it together. Something is a nasty illness that can make people very sick. So I hope you all know what the name of that illness is. Something and something have been helping us all in this difficult time. So you can think of two kinds of jobs that people have maybe that are helping us in this difficult time. Children around the world have been keeping busy by, so what kind of things have you been maybe doing at home to keep yourself busy? And then this box here at the bottom is for a drawing that you might want to do. Maybe you can draw some of the people doing their jobs. Maybe you can draw what you've been doing when you've been at home. And if you're in Mrs. Coker or Miss Thurlow's phonics group, I've got this template up on the Grange website. You need to put the date in, you need to do a nice headline for me, and then you're going to use this whole box to draw a really nice picture as well. So you can draw a picture again, like I said, for this group of the things that have been going on, some of the jobs that maybe your doctors have been doing, maybe delivery drivers delivering foods, carers taking care of old people, sick people, children staying at home and maybe baking something nice or drawing or doing their homework. It's up to you, anything that you want to draw. And if you want to, you can add labels to your drawings, you can colour it in and make it look really nice and presentable. Okay, here I've got a checklist that you can use after you've finished doing your writing your report. This is mainly for the children in my phonics group and Mrs. Mehta's phonics group. Okay, and there is a challenge, a bit of fun as well, if you want to do it. You can ask your adult to film you presenting the news on coronavirus. So you can just read your newspaper report if you want to, and get your adult to maybe film it in and then send it in to us to the Year 1 email address, and we would love to see it. Okay, that's it for today's English lesson Year 1. Remember, here's the email address. I would love to see all of your amazing newspaper reports. Well done for working so hard. Bye.